Greetings and welcome to the February 28th edition of The Pulse. I'm Erica Rozek.
And I'm Sam Belcher. This week on The Pulse, we highlight a Manchester staple that has become a hub of creativity for people all across Connecticut, and how Manchester High School is navigating through a wave of recent and harrowing challenges. We have all this and more on this edition of The Pulse. Manchester has many unique businesses that have been anchored in our town for years, with one of the most creative and proudly different being the Cosmic Omelette. I recently made the trip down to see how this local breakfast joint is providing much more to residents in our community than just bacon and eggs. While this may seem like a busy day, this is just an average weekend at the Cosmic Omelette. For the last 20 years, the Cosmic Omelette has been a breakfast hotspot for residents of Manchester, Connecticut, and visitors. Owner Tracy Devine knew her goal when opening this business, although success was far from guaranteed when the owner of the restaurant before unexpectedly handed her the keys.
I was only like 21, I think, and he got in over his head pretty quickly, got overwhelmed, and decided he wanted to make a change. So he was like, I got to talk to you. What do you want to take this over? I don't want to do it anymore. And I had always wanted to have my own business. From
sweet pancakes to savory bacon bits, this diner goes beyond food and explores another form of art.
We knew we wanted to expand the restaurant, and that was going to be in the space adjacent. So we thought, okay, we'll get some buzzers, we'll give them a buzzer and send them down this yellow brick road to this art gallery.
For those who follow the yellow brick road, painted proudly throughout the establishment, they can be exposed to artistic works illustrated by other residents. This space allows people from around the town to express themselves, giving residents another reason to visit this unique establishment.
It was pretty interesting to go in the back and check out all the artwork. We're involved with some art projects ourselves. I like the art gallery part of it. Yeah. Great aspect.
The Cosmic Omelette is such a staple, it continues to not only bring in familiar faces from across town, but attract people from all across Connecticut.
It was the first time here. Yeah. Great meal.
Good meal.
You know, they were very quick, very efficient. Definitely would come back if we're in this area.
I think what's special about Cosmic Omelette is like their menu, their friendly service. Like anytime my friends and I are trying to find somewhere to go to breakfast, like we can always count on Cosmic Omelette to be ready.
Here at the Cosmic Omelette, food, art, and community can come together in one space. The owner has truly brought something from out of this world and put it right here in Manchester. From The Pulse, this has been Sam Belcher reporting. Thank you to the Cosmic Omelette, and we look forward to seeing the many more ways you'll branch out in our community for years to come.
Social media is something that our own MHS students use every day. However, that doesn't mean that scrolling won't come with a large amount of risk. Savannah Peak delves deeper to find some of the dangers and disadvantages that come with surfing the web.
The phrase stranger danger rings a bell in many people's minds. Not only does that apply to real life, but to social media as well. We've all heard the internet could be a dangerous place, but why? For Manchester Police Detective Conrad Rozadowski, it's all about helping members of the public recognize and avoid these online hazards.
So the main thing with online privacy is making sure you use good judgment. Practice to realizes any of this information that you put online can stay there forever. So it's very important that you focus on that aspect of it.
According to a 2019 survey for Safety and Education, 40% of American children have connected with a stranger online. Of that 40%, more than half revealed their phone number to a stranger. Often this contact starts through direct messages or comments on social media. As a school resource officer, Herberto Resto is aware of the risks.
I would suggest time limits being online. I feel like the longer you're online, there's potential risks of meeting people you don't know and meeting strangers that kind of maybe want to do harm to you, which also goes into my next point. I would also say stay away from becoming friends with people you don't know. Strictly stay friends with people you know, you've talked to, you go to school with, you see within your community.
It's not just law enforcement that should be concerned. For Manchester resident and parent Prag Joshi, it's all about teaching responsible technology use.
But I think they would tell me, hey, something's weird, this person's messaging. And then I would see if there's a way to block them and report them to the Snapchat, because they shouldn't be doing that.
While the internet helps connect communities, it is also important to protect yourself and others from strangers online. You can do your part by stressing the importance to other people, especially young children. From Manchester, this has been Savannah Peak reporting.
A reminder to stay safe and diligent when using social media, and always make sure you're being responsible every time you pull out your smartphone.
Internet safety is something that doesn't just affect our town, but affects those all over Connecticut. Another statewide issue that has become prevalent in recent months, nurses around the state being overworked due to staffing shortages. Gavin Tomic brings us to Hartford to see how our local caregivers are fighting through this recent crisis.
Under pressure with people's lives at stake. That's the job of an ICU nurse. Yet the pressure can come with a 12-hour work shift. And according to Katie Ortiz, it's not a job for the weak at heart.
The thing that keeps me going as a nurse is seeing people get better. You see people at their lowest when they're sick, and with today's technology, it's so enhanced that you see a lot of people get better. So,
while there are many struggles in the occupation, nurses like Jessica Tomic are motivated to simply help people.
I always knew I wanted to be a nurse from when I was a child. I knew that, working with people was really something that I knew I wanted to do, and, caring for others was really important to me. Really the part of nursing that's the most important to me is that patient care and that connection with the patients, which is what I really think nursing is about.
Even with many struggles, being a nurse is what keeps them going. No matter how hard the jobs are for nurses, they have to fight through it and bring joy to others. From the Pulse, this has been Gavin Tomic reporting.
We commend our trusted doctors and nurses practicing throughout this crisis, and give them our deepest thanks for pushing on and supporting those who need it the most.
Sometimes students can find themselves in crisis too, and our own Kaylee Herrick examines the resources available at Manchester High School to help people struggling with substance abuse.
As the years progress, schools are evolving, and that also means that students are learning more and more about the dangers of the world. They are starting to hear more and more about drugs and different substances within that spreading to high schools and middle schools.
If you bring anything into the school, you can be charged with possession. Obviously, as police officers, we have discretion, so we can decide, do we want to arrest a student, do we not want to? If you're a first-time offender, sometimes we like to use discretion, knowing that this is your first time, know that moving forward, you shouldn't be bringing this stuff to school. If you're a repeat offender, then obviously consequences could be expulsion from the school and also an arrest. We like to try and tell the kids, listen, this is something that can lead to something more extreme down the road. Don't bring this to school. Don't even try to have it in your possession at home either.
Other than students getting in trouble, schools are offering a place where they can learn and help people with substance issues.
FACS is a fantastic group of teenagers here at the high school, so 9th to 12th grade, and they do peer-to-peer support. They do tabling events in the cafeteria, educating other students about substance use prevention.
Through this club, they have been able to do many things to help prevent students from going down the path of different substances.
We've done the prevention walk. We've done wellness bags, to help shelters in a way, or people who can't afford the simple things like toothpaste, toothbrush, stuff like that.
If you're struggling with substance abuse, never be afraid to reach out to your loved ones or your closest support system. From Manchester, this has been Kaylee Herrick reporting.
For anyone struggling with substance abuse here within our school, feel free to come to FACS for guidance on quitting substance abuse, whether it's for you or a friend, or any information about drug use prevention.
Well, Manchester, those are all the stories we have for you today. Make sure to follow our Instagram at @MHS_television and check out our website, mhstelevision.com, for all our recent Pulse productions. I'm Sam Belcher.
And I'm Erica Rozek. This has been
The Pulse.